You're building the empire
and we'll help you protect it.
because even the most powerful women
Still have trust issues.
Hey, and welcome back to another episode of Trust Issues. I am one of your hosts, Erica Hall of Wealth Advisors, and I'm with my girl.
Yes, attorney Urenia Johnson for Ricks and Associates PLLC, and I'm so excited for another episode. And guess what? We're trying to get to a goal, right?
That's right. That's right. You have to remember, if you're getting some good information, you're enjoying what you're hearing, you're learning something, or you could just reach out to us and let us know there's a topic that you want us to cover. But in return, you must subscribe. You got to give us, come on, pay us with your attention. Amen. Right. So subscribe, share, like. Trust issues. This is where money meets mindset, legal meets legacy, and power meets protection. That's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about. Protection, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about how to protect what you have, and sometimes you may have to do bankruptcy protection.
Yeah, so this episode, we're going to talk about, this is the second installment as we're talking about bankruptcy, and our resident attorney has been giving us the lowdown, the what, the 411, as they say. Well, today we're going to talk about protecting your peace and your paper before you file. So there's a method. Yeah.
You got to know some things before you file. You can't just say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and file for bankruptcy. I got this relief now. Yeah. I know about this relief. I'm going to go ahead and file.
Yeah.
If you have some signs, there's some warning signs that you need to kind of look at those things before you look at. So you have to really talk about, like, what are those signs?
Okay.
So we're going to give some signs. So where your bills pile up and your paycheck doesn't stretch. We talked in our last episode about insolvency, where your expenses outweigh your income.
That's the legal term. We call it living above
your robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul, living more month than money.
Right.
How long should that be going on? Because some people have been living like that a long time.
And I think that when it becomes some other constant things is you're getting all these collection calls.
Yeah.
You're facing garnishment, or you already have a garnishment, or you're falling behind on some secure. We define what secured debt is, because those things can be taken away from you. And those are valuable assets. So you fall behind on your mortgage or car payments, or you're using credit to pay credit.
Using credit? Wait.
Pay credit.
Credit to pay credit? What does that look like?
So a lot of times, if you're getting a loan to pay off your credit cards, and then you're not able to pay that loan.
The loan. Okay. Yeah, that's a good description, because I've seen that too, where we call it robbing Peter to pay Paul, but that's when we need to pause, and when we see those warning signs and pray, and know that God has given us the reset. He's given us the release.
Yes.
We can look in the scripture in the Old Testament and see how when God gave them the law and told them how to live, he implored upon them to release one another from their debts, to let the land rest after so many years of planting, because we all need a reset.
Yeah, and that's so important, because I do have a lot of clients that are believers that love God, and just like, I've been just taught to pay. Oh, no, man, pay the debt that I owe.
Yeah.
And I oftentimes remind them and bring them to the scripture of the year of release.
Yeah.
And understanding that it's okay.
Like
This was set up to provide you with some type of release for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely for your benefit.
Exactly. And a lot of times it's external circumstances. Nobody expects a government shutdown to last this long. Nobody expects to be laid off from a job.
Yeah.
Nobody expects sometimes for a relationship to go bad, where now you have to do a reset, or where you have finances together, whether it was a marriage relationship, boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, or some relationship where you're dependent upon someone.
Yeah.
Or God forbid, losing a loved one, and where they didn't have an estate plan or they didn't have anything in place.
Yeah.
And now you don't have any type of they may have didn't have any life insurance, nothing
You're forced
to help. So you were forced
to do a reset
in this situation.
Yeah.
And like we talked about before, it's not a point where you can't rebound or rebuild from.
Yeah.
I know it's that stigma attached to it, but you can bounce back from it.
So now a lot of people know about filing bankruptcy as an option. Hopefully, they've watched our show and we've helped to alleviate that stigma attached to it. But today we're going to talk about preparing before.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about preparation.
Preparation.
And preparation is key.
Yeah.
So before you file, you need to start gathering all your financial documents because your attorney is going to need some to know your debts, your income. Start gathering those things. Have you pulled your credit report lately to know what's on there? What your expenses are, what your assets, because all these things that you're going to be asked about.
Yeah.
You'll need to also complete, we talked about before, the credit counseling course. You got to go through the course before you're actually able to file.
Now, this is key because when the documents that you just talked about, these are documents that I like for my clients to have on a regular basis, right? This is part of your financial package, having your financial statements, knowing your net worth statement, having all of your mortgage, anyone you have a liability with. We want to know the account number. We want to know the balances, and we keep track of them on a regular basis. And I don't need to know the account number. However, as a part of knowing where everything is the rule. Knowing where everything is and how to access everything.
How to access
and so I shared with you how I met with a young lady who had recently lost her husband, and the best way she could find things was to just watch the bank account and see what's coming out.
Yes.
There wasn't a discussion about where everything is.
Right.
So
right.
know where I say this one all the time. Psalm 20, I think it's 27:23. Know the state of thy flock.
Yes, and that's so important. And
Proverbs 27:23. Know the state of your flock. Know where everything is located.
And this is a part of not just preparing to file, but preparing for even life after bankruptcy. Like the principles that we're given as far as we're preparing, let's say you do have to file, but then after on the other side of it, it helps them to prepare for having a consultation with you. It helps them to prepare to start looking at now I'm starting at zero, which you said before, you like to help people when they're starting you don't want to help them when they're far down the road, right? They've established, and this is the way they want to do things.
Some
it's hard
habits
to teach them. But now you're at your reset. You've went through the process. Now you're at the fresh start. This is the prime time where you really need to assess because you've already gotten things together because you had to file. So the things that we're talking about, you had to get those things in order anyway.
Yeah. Good. That's good. And even if you've had to come out of that bankruptcy, and you've established, as you talked about, the 7 or the 13, and you had to do some payments, when I meet with them, I tell them to continue those payments. Even once you finish, continue those payments and now redirect where those payments are going.
And those things, like you said, continue to pay those.
Yeah.
Like let's say that you were in a Chapter 13 and you had to pay back. Now your mortgage is current. Everything is current from their perspective. Now you're caught up on everything. You have a discharge of any unnecessary debts because in a Chapter 13, you still get a discharge.
Yeah.
So any of those unsecured debts, you can still discharge those in a Chapter 13 as well. So now you've went through the plan for 3 to 5 years. Now you're at the point where you have this money that you've been paying out over this period of time. Like you said, take that money and now put it into some type of plan.
Now you're in this next stage of life. I called it the afterlife lesson. This next stage, starting over, reset. You're starting fresh. Man, how good it feels to be caught up.
It is.
You can do some things.
Yeah, and so now you're at a place where like we talked about before, I don't want to ever go back there.
Yeah.
So what can I use? What tools can I use now? What kind of changing in my thinking can I apply now so I can move forward?
Yeah, that's definitely good. Well, I think that you don't have the choice to, because now I guess you have the choice, but now you're equipped. You're equipped with the information because you've gone to the management class, you've gone to credit training, and so now you've been given the science of managing money,
Yes.
managing your cash flow, managing your debt. And I can't wait till we get to the episode. We're gonna tag it. We gotta tag it because we gotta do an episode on credit. I can't wait till we
get.
we're going to break down
Yes.
the components of
each
credit.
part of the credit.
Each
Yes,
part
let's do it.
of your credit score, how much each it weighs, the percentage, and how you can focus. There's some things you can put on autopilot to focus on. So these are some things that you can do in that life after
You can.
bankruptcy.
You can. And
Yeah.
there is, like we said, there's another day, there's another moments after this. And what are you going to do with those moments?
Yeah.
Are you going to learn at this situation what you can do afterwards? Or are you going to let these moments define you?
Yeah.
And we can't let those moments of reset define us. We have to use those as springs, like we talked about, in order to spring us forward.
Catapult me.
Catapult.
Yes.
Take me higher, right?
Yes, because we all have vision. We have dreams. We got goals. Listen, write it down. Write the vision. Make it plain.
Amen.
So that you can run after it. But listen, I did want to ask you this question.
Okay.
Sometimes, is bankruptcy the only option? What if there are some other, what if I wanted to just set up my own payment structure? Maybe I can cut back a little bit. I still have the income coming in. I just need to be more disciplined and just get my life together.
And sometimes that is because bankruptcy is not for everyone. You may have too much income, like with Chapter 7, in order to file the
Too much.
bankruptcy.
Oh, you cannot qualify.
Could not qualify if the income, or if you they have what is called a means test. If you don't qualify with that, you may not be able to do the Chapter 7, and you may need to do a reset on your own and have a trusted advisor that you're working with.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I recommend, because I don't recommend it for every client.
Okay.
It's not for everyone.
You
and so
pass the means test.
asserting and understanding when is the time to file, or if it's not for you at this time. And let's say you're in between the filing. You filed one before and you didn't necessarily get all the lessons learned, but now you're in year 4.
It's not 8. It hasn't been 8 years.
It hasn't been 8 years. You're in year 4.
Yeah.
And now you're like, okay, now I'm ready to apply those principles. Then I would recommend them to
That's a
a
good
trusted
point.
advisor.
Yes, good point.
As yourself. I
Yeah.
would recommend them to you for you to come up with a plan to start looking, because now I think that they're ready now to start taking a really good look, because they went through the process where they had to take a look at their finances and their state.
Yes. Now you know where everything is.
I don't want to ever file this again.
Yeah.
But I still need that help and that assistance, and that's still there, and that's still real.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the practice of pulling all the documentation together, putting your binder together, making sure you have all your accounts and information, how to access everything. That's step 1. That's step 1.
That's at least
and that's
step
something,
1.
right? That's something you should continue throughout your life.
That's true.
That should become a habit.
A habit.
That's why I always say having things takes work.
It does.
You got to have the capacity to maintain
That's so true.
having multiple assets.
And if you don't understand that you are reaching that capacity, or if you are more on the majority side of the capacity as opposed to the lower side, then you need to start evaluating some things before you even get into that point. So that's a part of preparing before you file, or preparing before you do a reset in another matter. It's still the process of preparing.
Yeah. Well, that's good, because if you find, so it's 4 years. It's not 8 years. Bankruptcy is
not
an option, and you're still making good money, or you have the resources to restructure things. You've pulled all of your information together, and now there are some opportunities for or alternatives to
Yes.
bankruptcy.
Yeah, and some alternatives is, like I said, you can put together some plans.
Yeah.
There's some agencies out there, debt freedom plans. There are I know that you provide plans to individuals, correct?
I do. My plan is the My Advisor program is a subscription.
Tell us about it. Tell us about it.
The subscription program that I have for folks who may not be ready to do investing quite yet. They can start off with some financial coaching, and that's really taking everything that you've gathered, that credit training, that financial management, and we basically put a strategy together for you so that you can manage your cash flow, and you put it into a system that works for your life.
Yes.
That works based on how you get paid.
So it's a life plan.
Yes, and it can be adjusted, you know, once you figure out that, hey, okay, this isn't working for me. But, you know, listing all your debts, listing all of your expenses, having a debt reduction strategy. You could be at a snowball. We've heard of the snowball reduction, where you pay off the largest or the highest interest or the largest or the smallest one first, and then you apply that payment to the next one, to the next one, to the next one,
and
to
you
speed
keep on
up
going.
to speed up your payoff. And so the goal is to build your own debt restructuring strategy.
Yes, and you could do that, and there are tools that you're giving. I mean, you're actually equipping a lot of people in order to make sure that they can make better decisions going forward. And being in debt or being overwhelmed debt doesn't have to be the end.
What do you think about debt consolidation programs?
I think that they can be good, but I think that people have to have a realistic idea of what it does, right? So the you talk about debt consolidation or debt settlement?
Debt consolidation.
Okay.
Because most people they hear those commercials.
Yeah. So
they see those ads, debt consolidation, and they ask me all the time, do you think I should do it? Do you think And most of the time, I say, you know, with a little discipline, you could do it for yourself.
Because you're paying out. This is the thing. You're paying these companies, right? You're paying them a percentage of what you're. So what they do is kind of like what a Chapter 13 is, where you combine all the debt together, and you do one payment with all of that debt. And so it's consolidation. That's the consolidation part.
Yeah.
But what they don't tell you sometimes is that the creditor has to agree to that.
Yeah.
So there's no way that this consolidation company can force that creditor. And so if Capital One says, I don't want to be a part of this debt consolidation, they don't have to be.
Yeah.
So you could be paying the consolidator $200 a month, and then you still have another bill out here that they're not paying because this creditor is not participating.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
True.
And so those are things that you have to understand. And also that all that money is not going to the creditor.
That's right.
That money is going to that company for helping you to do that.
Yeah.
And it's not guaranteed.
True.
So you have to just go in with your eyes wide open. If you can go through a plan with someone trusted, a trusted advisor as yourself, and go through a plan and do the strategies on your own, to me, that's the best way because you're actually saving money.
Yeah.
Even with the subscription plan that you are advising them on, is far less, and I believe far more effective.
It is.
Is by you going through a process with a trusted advisor to try to figure out how you can manage your fight, because it's long term. Even after that debt consolidation company, because you're not putting in the work.
You're learning when you're doing it yourself. You're building the capacity for more.
Yes.
Because in the program that I have, my advisor program, we have 4 levels. My advisor, then the next one focuses on investing, and we're building upon the latter. Right? We're building upon the last, because I am a firm believer that if you start off at the top and the foundation is shaky, I mean, I'm not just making it up.
No, that's what
this
the word
is a principle.
says, right?
Yeah, it's a principle. If your foundation is shaky, and then, you know, any hiccup in the economy, and, you know, a government shutdown, any hiccup that may be out of your control, can cause the house to fall. Yeah, cause the house to fall. So each program builds on the next, investing, and then planning for more sophisticated retirement planning, financial planning. And then my Plus program, where I bring in their team. I bring in the financial team, their estate planning attorney.
Yes.
And the CPAs, anyone that needs to be at the table, because now you have a more sophisticated financial situation and you need that financial team meeting, collaborating, and working on your behalf.
Yes. And then they are helping you. But the fact is, like you said, you actually get the principle and you get that knowledge and you understand how to keep on going and in order to build.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to help you to understand, that there are certain principles that will guide you no matter what season you're in.
Exactly. Again, here comes those 4 quarters of life. You may find yourself in sometimes the 4 quarters of life or the different seasons of life are just based on your experience. It's just based on you. You just haven't gotten there yet. You're going to get there.
You're going to get there.
Keep doing what you're
living.
doing.
That's my
Keep living. Right. Keep living, young baby, like they say. And keep doing, learning habits that you're building upon. You learn these habits. I started all these little tools and things I say with my coaching clients to let them know, to remind them, these are the habits that I like to see in place. So by the time you get that windfall, by the time you get the rollover, or you get the large lump sum of money, you already have the buckets ready to receive.
And there's no holes in them.
Yes, you already got the buckets ready to receive. And the buckets are set up to do what they're supposed to do, so that they fulfill different areas of different seasons of your life, or different times of your life.
That's true.
Your buckets are time driven, and they're investment objective driven, short term, midterm, long term buckets. And so, but you don't put it all together at one time.
You don't.
It takes you time to build, and I know it's frustrating when you're just getting started. I won't say when you're young, because it could be you're starting over.
That's true.
I know it's frustrating because there's someplace you want to be. You see all this wonderful living on social media. You know. It just looks like everybody's just everybody's on a vacation. Everyone's having a great time. Everybody's taking a cruise. And when is it going to be my turn? Your turn.
Life,
your turn. Right. Your turn is when you plan for it.
Right.
You can set those things aside, and sometimes you just got to recognize the season that you're in and know what to do in that season.
Right. And know what. And we are trying to make sure that we give information and education to discern, or be able to know what season you're in, and give you the tools in order to activate that season and make the best of that season.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I think I shared with you the other day, my girlfriend asked me, what's my life objective? Remember I was telling you about that? And I've decided that my life's objective, okay, this is how she set it up. She said, because this is some good stuff y'all should hear too.
Right.
She said, because she's an actress.
Okay.
And she said when she gets her character, her script, when they develop her character, they give her character's objective. Like this character, this character is an antagonist. Every scene you're in, you antagonize, right? Okay, I was like, okay, I got it. So
I got it.
My objective is, and then she also said that that your objective you internalize it, because if you're externally antagonizing, you have antagonizing thoughts on the inside too. Okay, so I said my objective is empowering. I love to be empowered. I seek out information because I like to be empowered.
Exactly.
I like to be informed because information is empowering, and I love to empower others.
Yes.
I love sharing information that will help you make better decisions. But here's the thing. Because we're human, we can't do it all by ourselves.
We cannot. We need each other.
We need each other. You need counselors. You need people who all they do is study the law. to help you learn how to protect what you've built.
Exactly.
All I do is watch the stock market, and
so you can protect.
So I can yes. All I do is study how to move money. Mm-hmm. Right. And the science of financial growth and the science of financial management. And so if that's not what you're doing day in and day out, then you need someone on your team that helps you to expand your capacity. Mm-hmm. To be able to reach where it is that you're trying to go.
That's so true. And the thing about it is, that's why we, like you said, we need each other, and we need to understand that we only know what we know, right?
Yeah.
And to be able to be teachable and understand that you, as much as I know, I haven't reached the plateau in learning.
No.
There's no plateau in learning, expanding, growing. As long as I'm here and I'm able to do so, I need to understand that I have to grow and expand my knowledge and expand my capacity.
Oh my goodness.
And we have to do that continually. It's a continually learning process. Like, I've learned so much being connected to you.
Listen.
I mean, I have learned so many different things with it, and that's the reason why it's so important to be connected to the right people.
It is because you take upon one another's experiences and you learn from. I don't need to bump my head if you already bumped your head, and you don't need to bump your head if I've already bumped. Right. And so I think that I'd asked you when we do this bankruptcy segment that we really take our time with it.
Yes.
Because it's a really important topic. Because we want to capture everyone. We don't want to leave anyone out. We don't want to leave you out no matter what stage you're in. Please, please, please follow, subscribe. Send us. You can even send us always in the description of the comments. There's a link for you to send us your questions.
Please do.
You can post it on YouTube or you can send it on Reddit. You can let us know any topics that you'd like to share with us. We plan on bringing some experts onto the show.
Some more people on that's going to be able to share and expand not only your capacity but our capacity too. We learn so much from each other, and just understanding that we are bringing to you people that's going to help. Help you in your everyday journey. And that's the reason why, if we've helped to dispel some myths, understanding that bankruptcy doesn't mean you failed. It means you're chosen in a structured way to recover. God is able to supply every need according to his riches and glory. That's what he says in Philippians 4:19.
Exactly. You're taking responsibility and not running from it.
Yep.
And
so
God
the goal
will help
is,
you. Yeah.
That's your goal.
Good. So, I think we've exhausted this topic for now.
For now. We may hit
but
it
guess
again.
what? I want to save this for the end. Guess what episode this is?
What is?
This is episode 20. This is our 20th episode.
We're doing it.
Yes. This is our 20th episode. And I know we've shared some really, really good information. I think this is a milestone.
It is. It's to be commended.
Yeah.
Consistency. And we've been able to really help each other.
Yeah.
And help somebody else. And that's invaluable.
Oh, yeah. We are expanding. We are growing. And so I want to just give ourselves a celebratory woohoo. Celebrate because we're doing it, and we can just be excited because we set a goal. We set out on the path to reach this goal, and we are here. And so we're almost at 250 subscribers.
Yes, let's do it.
We need, before the end of the month, we need 250 subscribers. Come on, y'all.
Yes,
help us
out.
Reach that goal, and then we'll just set another one.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Higher. Every round goes higher.
Every round goes higher and higher. I can't wait to see what the Lord's going to do, how he's going to put some ideas on our hearts of where we're going to go next.
Let's go.
Bigger and better.
Bigger and better.
All right,
what's
y'all.
What's to come
is
better than what's been.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. Your ladder shall be greater than your path.
Amen.
All right. Well, this, I think, is the end of this episode.
Yes.
So until we meet again, thank you for joining us for another offering of Trust Issues, where money meets mindset, legacy.
Legal meets legacy.
Legal meets legacy. You got
it. Yes, I got it.
And power
meets means protection. Yes.
Woo!
I got it.
Yes. Stay informed, stay empowered,
Mm-hmm.
and as always, protect what you have built. I am
Protect it.
Erica Hall with EH Wealth Advisors.
And I'm Urenia Ricks Johnson.
Until next time.
Have a great night.